Welcome to the Notary Educators with Kimmi Podcast. Hosts Kimmi and Jeff Nunnally, along with Alexis Franklin, share expert insights to help you launch and grow a successful mobile notary business no matter what state you are commissioned in. Learn how to become a top-notch loan signing agent and get answers to common notary questions. Explore our all-inclusive $47 monthly training library, plus live weekly online coaching sessions with courses on general notary work, wedding efficient services, remote online notary, ink fingerprinting, apostille, translation services, and I-9 completion. Notary Educators, LLC is your one-stop shop for notary training. Tune in to the Notary Educators with Kimmi podcast and subscribe to the Notary Educators with Kimmi's YouTube channel also for more tips. Take your notary business to new heights.
Educators with Kimmi. I'm your host, Kimberly Nunnally, #1 notary educator nationwide, where we teach you not only how to stamp that paper, but how to build your business and be successful. Yes, I'm Kimmi, and we're here live. What's up? What's up? So hello to those who will, let's cut that off. Hello to those who will listen to the replay and those who will via podcast and those who will watch the replay here on YouTube. Welcome, welcome. So today we are deep diving into why training is necessary if you want to be successful. What training do we offer here at Notary Educators, and how can we best help you in your business, okay? That's what we're talking about. So we'll give YouTube a few minutes to do its thing. You know, I got to give you that disclaimer while we wait. How was your day? Your girl was hustling today. Every day I'm hustling. Today I was really hustling. I was all over Atlanta, all over. It's hot out there too. I mean, it is hot. I'm like, my glasses was steaming up earlier, trying to stay hydrated. And good steps today, good steps. I got 4,200. Booyah! 4,200 steps. So it may not sound like a lot, but it was a lot. So what is going on with you all? So let's hop right into it. Those who are coming a little bit later can just hop on. So again, I'm Kimmi Nunnally, your host of Notary Educators with Kimmi. And why do people need to have training? Okay, let's talk about that. Why is it so important to be trained how to be a notary? You may say, well, or they say, you can just read your state handbook. It tells you everything you need. Why do you have to pay someone? Why? Because you want to be an expert. Your handbook is not going to tell you what to do. It will give you a few basic principles, but it actually how to do the notary business and how to get out there and do assignments. It's not going to teach you that. It's just not. It's just not. We teach nationwide, so we're able to teach in all states. Notaries from all states. Some people say, well, I can't teach me. I'm in California. I'm in Texas. There's some basic principles that apply no matter where you're located. I always compare it to a surgeon, a heart surgeon. He goes to school to learn how to be a surgeon, right? But he doesn't have to see the heart of a Black person, the heart of a Chinese person, or the heart of an Asian person, okay? Heart of a white person, a green person, an alien. The heart is usually situated 99.999% of the time in the same place. He just needs to know how to work on hearts. So it's the same thing as a notary. If you are a great notary, it doesn't matter what kind of document someone presents in front of you, you will know how to properly notarize it. That's where we come in, Notary Educators, okay? That's where we come in. I teach you how to be able to notarize a piece of toilet paper, okay? If you're listening to this video right now and you don't know how to notarize a piece of toilet paper, call me. Well, don't call me. Sign up for mentorship. I'm going to talk about the different ways you can actually train with us shortly, okay? So, more reasons why you need training. Because a lot of times you're getting your commission, you're just going to get your supplies, and you go out there and start stamping. Because someone else told you, you don't need training. You can figure it out. Well, you don't want to figure it out with somebody's $1 million house, okay? You do not want to be out there figuring it out. Would you want a doctor who's just figuring it out? No, you want a professional. And sometimes you want more than one professional opinion, right? And another reason I'm going to suggest training is because everyone's talking about, well, the signings are so low in price and etc. The signing companies, they don't want to pay us. They're lowballing us. I'm going to take their side in this regard and say they're not necessarily lowballing you, but they already know when they pay a notary a cheaper amount and you guys are taking these lower paying assignments because you're new, they already know what caliber of notary they're probably going to end up with. So if they offer you $30 and you take it, it's nothing wrong with that. I took $30 jobs for a long time before I started, about a month. And then I got some experience and I was able to start commanding more money, right? Because I had my experience. I knew what I was doing. My first month or so, I didn't really know what I was doing. So I took lower paying jobs just to get my feet wet. And I suggest that my students do that too. Some people say, well, you should not. I disagree with that. You have to start somewhere. Now, I'm not going to say you're going to do $30 jobs your whole career as a notary business owner. I'm not going to say that because you can't be profitable that way. However, just to get a little experience under your belt, yes, you can. How's everybody doing? Where are we signing in from? Where are we? What's up? So that's why signing companies don't have to start out paying somebody $30 because they already know I'm paying Susie Ann over here $30. She's not going to know what she's doing. Then I have to pay another notary maybe $50 to cover what Susie Ann didn't do, right? And now we got Joe Blow that went out there. He still don't know what he's doing. So they eventually got to come on with that $75 or more and pay Kimberly. Okay? Now I'm Kimberly. They got to come and pay me, though, because they already know the other first two notaries didn't know what they were doing. So I guess they got time to kill and time to, they're trying to save some money on a gamble. Maybe you get it right on the first try. But normally it doesn't happen that way, and especially if you've not had any training. So that's where we come in. We teach you how to properly do an acknowledgement, how to properly complete a jurat. What's the difference between the two? We go over all of that in training, okay? And I can't teach you here in the YouTube comments. I just had that conversation with a young lady the other day. She's dying for information. She's been binge watching the videos and have questions on everything. I'm like, finally, hey, you need to get my book for your state. And if you have questions about the notary business, wondering what can I do, what's the requirements for my state, I'm going to show you my book really quick. Let me get it. Boom. It is called Start Your Notary Business. Booyah. This one just happens to be for the state of Virginia. But if you need to know how to start your business in Virginia, you want to get that book. If you want to start in South Carolina, you want to get this book. If you want to start in New York, boom, there you go. And I think I have California. Okay, so every state has their own book, so you can see what works best for you. But that's a good way for you to get a nice overview of what you can do as a notary in your state. I have links if you get the digital copy that takes you right to the link to actually apply to be a notary in your state. And there's a little teaching in there, but you'll actually have to come back for some teaching. That actually teaches you how to start the business, okay? I do get the question a lot too, what's the difference between my book and your state handbook? It's just that your state handbook tells you what you can do. I teach you what to do, how to start that business, okay? In my book, that's the difference between the two. There's another book out there called The Primer from the NNA. People ask me all the time, well, do I need the primer? I'm of the mindset, if you want to purchase it, go ahead. I bought one from my state. Did I need it? No, because my state laws are pretty clear. The primer was designed in order to kind of simplify the process of reading your state handbook. So I don't, again, it's a $20 investment. It's in your business. So to me, the more information, the better. Do you have to have it? No, you don't. Okay? No, you don't. So what questions so far do you have for me about training? Okay, what questions do you have? So now let's talk about how Notary Educators can best help you while you guys are warming up to get your questions ready. Where are we joining in from? Where? Tell me. I'm in Georgia. Woo woo, Georgia Peach. Via Detroit, Michigan, Motor City, West Side. All right, so let's talk about it. What training options are there for you? Freedom in the details. Oh, I love that. Every moment matters. That's so cute. I love that. Hi, I am finally catching you live. Oh, yes, you are. Yes, what's up? What's up? So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, etc., etc. That lets YouTube know for real. When people tell you that it's true, it lets YouTube know, hey, something going on over there. Y'all need to watch her. So anyway, it lets people know that. So let's talk about the training options that we offer at Notary Educators, okay? So right now, we are not doing any one-on-one training anymore. We've not did one-on-one training in a moment. We just don't. I just really am about that group life. I love group training. I love, hold on, I'm reading this comment. Hi, Kimmy. It's actually Danielle from your mentor class. Oh, hey, Danielle. How you doing? I'm listening. Oh, cool. Welcome. How's mentorship going? Welcome, Danielle. And we're going to be live Sunday, too. Don't forget. A lot of times people in the mentorship, we're going to talk about that in a second, are not able to make the lives, but we have the replays. But it's nothing like live training. It's nothing like live training. So we're going to talk about the options you have for us. So right now, there's no one-on-one training, okay? What we're offering as far as training at Notary Educators right now are a few options for you, though. Let's start with self-paced. Those who are like, you know what, I can self-teach myself. I just need to get the knowledge. I don't mind watching videos. And you know how we teach here on YouTube, we're very thorough. So if you love videos and you're like, hey, me and Kimmy sitting in the room and she's teaching me, telling me what to do, self-paced is the way for you. Okay? Those courses are 60% off. Coupon code is WIN2025, okay? WIN 2025. So that gives you the apostille course. You can look into the wedding officiant course, notarize like a pro, the estate/trust training. You do not need no certification for that. You can learn how to properly execute a trust or estate package and be able to start offering that service in your business. It is not a requirement to have certification for that. Okay, let's just be clear. There is also the ink fingerprinting course. So there are plenty of courses that I have. The loan signing course. So all of those are WIN2025. For the coupon code, you can get it at notaryeducatorsllc.com. Now that's for my people who like to self-train. I was a self-trainer. I self-trained myself, okay? I didn't take too many classes. It wasn't any really available, actually, when I started anyway. Nobody had a real course to teach you how to properly execute documents, okay? There's a lot of things on marketing, but to actually know how to be a great notary, to get that confidence, to be confident, to know how to actually execute, to do the documents, there wasn't really anything for that. No, there wasn't. Lucretia, how are you? Welcome, welcome. All right, so that's one way, is self-paced, okay? The next option you have is our actual mentorship program. Now, the mentorship program is called the Notary Business Success Mentorship Program, okay? And that program allows you access to all of the real trainings, okay? It's all inclusive, it's monthly, okay? All of the trainings, and you're able to watch them at your leisure, okay? And then you get one live weekly session. That's a group session. Every week we meet about a different topic. You can go to notaryeducatorsllc.com and see this month's topic, whatever month you're watching this, okay? And like for the example, this coming Sunday, we're going to be talking about the notary journal. So whatever state, and we have different members, our members are from different states, we're going to actually have them pull their pull their notary handbook. And also we're going to go through some of the new laws for this year, okay? Because my state actually has some new laws. We're going to add some clarity. And anything someone may have in their state handbook that's unclear, we're going to deep dive into the state handbook, okay? So it doesn't matter what state, because you have your state, I have my state, but we're all going to come together and we're going to talk about it, okay? Hey, Notary fam, it's Kimmy. I am here to let you know, just in case you have not heard about the Notary Business Coaching Success Program. We meet weekly. We talk about your notarial duties, how to do an acknowledgement, how to do a jurat, how to administer an oath, everything you've been asking for. And guess what else is included? Unlimited access to all of my trainings that will also include ink fingerprinting, trust/estate documents, learn how to properly execute a trust. Don't forget, we also have the private community, like-minded notaries who have been trained by me. Check out my book that I've written for each state, How to Start Your Notary Business in Alabama, California. You get the point. Wherever you're located, there's a book for your state. Well, hopefully I'll see you soon over in training. Notary Educators, LLC. We got you covered. Bye. If you missed the actual live session, there's always the replays you can catch, okay? Let's get some comments here. Lucretia says, okay, I got that. And Freedom and Details is saying, hey, I love the pink hand. You know I love that pink hand, right? So that's another option for you, is the mentorship program. In addition to the mentorship program, you get the live classes every week, live training every single week. There's a different topic. We do like a 15-minute topic training of some sort, and then the rest of the session, however long that takes. Sometimes it's an hour, sometimes it's an hour and a half, but we don't leave until everybody's questions are answered. And sometimes they run an hour 30. So it just depends. It really just depends on how that week goes. But you're always going to learn something to deepen your business, different topics, and then we deep dive into whatever you want to talk about. And in addition to the mentorship program, all of those different perks you already get, you receive access to a private chat. And that's another way to learn all day long, each one teach one. Within that chat, we are talking about if someone has an assignment, if someone wants to accept an assignment, should they counter, should they not, how to price your services. Now, this is all after they've already watched some of the training, and now we're coming in to kind of refine it. Okay, but it's still teaching opportunity. So we're not like, you ask us a question, typically it's not like yes, no, yes, no. Every single question is a teachable moment. So I take time, our team takes time. It's myself, Lisa, Jeffrey, and Alexis that answer questions in the chat. Lisa is actually a member, and she was doing so well that we were able to ask her to assist us with answering some questions in the group chat. So now you have a different perspective, not just from us that's been doing it a long time, but Lisa's been, she's newer, but she's really just taking the bull by the horns, and she is getting it done. So we've been able to incorporate her as part of assisting us. So that's been going great. And it just relieves a little bit of the pressure from just myself, Alexis, and Jeffrey. Jeffrey's more behind the scenes. He's our tech guy. He does like Notary Gadget, our scanning questions, printer questions, things like that. So he's not that active, but he does participate. So basically it's myself and Alexis, and we felt the need to add somebody else. So we got Lisa helping us. So that's the second way that you can train with us. So you have self-paced or mentorship. And now there's a new way. Go, Kimmi. Go, people. The new way that you can get access and start learning and doing a deeper dive is into the YouTube membership. It's here. It's great. I'm excited. So how does the YouTube membership work? It's amazing. Okay, so it gives you a lower price entry too. So at the time of this recording, again, the self-paced courses are 60% off. Use coupon code WIN2025. And you can look right at the website, see what works best for you. Second option we just discussed is the mentorship program. That's all inclusive of all the courses, all the training, all the lives, all the replays, everything we talked about, even a private chat where you can get instant help if you have a signing, before you take the signing, after the signing. $47 per month, and then a nice lower price point entry that we created is now the YouTube membership. Okay, so I have to give you the official date of our first meeting. I believe it's going to be June 1st, so you can start signing up now, start watching the videos. So how does the membership work here on YouTube? So the membership here on YouTube works a little bit differently. So they're going to be replays from the Notary Mentorship Success program. The replays are going to be available here on YouTube in a private collection. Okay, so you'll get to have the teaching. Sometimes those last a little bit longer, but you'll get to have access to the actual deeper teaching on how to be a notary, and then the actual group coaching session. So some people are like, you know what, I need a lower price point, Kimmi. I want to do some training with you guys, but I cannot afford $47 per month. So you'll be able to watch those videos. So right now we currently have like 13, 14 videos uploaded already. Throughout this weekend, we will be uploading at least another 10 of them probably. So in those sessions, we talk about such things as how to properly fill out an acknowledgement. It's a lot of training involved. It's a lot of training. It's not the actual trainings, but if you already know a little bit about the business and you just need a little refinement, these are going to help you tremendously. Or if you just want to know what you're really getting into, like a deep dive into what is actually required. I show you that here on the channel a lot already, but the sessions are amazing. I'm telling you, the gems that we drop and that the members drop are amazing. So you get a sneak peek as to what's actually happening, okay? On the back end. Hey, Lisa, just finished talking about you. So yeah, so the membership though, I'm so excited about that. So let's talk about some more perks of the membership. So the membership is $19.99 per month. And again, you get access to the replays. And the replays are from our first membership that we did that started last year. So the wealth of information, that's what I was talking about. So you get access to us talking about Canva, how to use that. Google My Business, how to do apostilles. Every single session is a teaching session and your business will grow. So if you're ready to start with a smaller investment, this is going to be the way for you to go. It's $19.99 per month. And then we will meet monthly, one time via Zoom. That's going to be a live session. So whatever questions you have, we're going to meet via Zoom. And that will be uploaded here to the members only section. And you will be able to talk about that. So a lot of times now, instead of me even being live here, I'll be live over with the membership program. Okay, I'm still going to come live here, but it probably won't be as much because I really want to focus on training. I was like, this is the year. No more excuses. If you really want to be a notary, if you really want to have a notary business, this is the year. No more excuses. No more. No more. It ain't just fluff training no more. It's still out there, but that's not what we're offering over here. It's not. It's not. So we have people sometimes leave the other membership and they come back. They always come back. I'm glad they do. Sometimes you need a break. Sometimes you got stuff going on in your life. We understand that. So this will just give you a lower entry point. So you'll be able to still get a deep dive into the sessions and see what's going on over there in Notary Educators. What is this training all about? You can cancel the membership at any time in either selection, full-blown membership, mentorship, or this membership here on YouTube. And you also get badges by your name. So I'll be able to say, oh, okay, hey, that's Lisa. She's in membership here on YouTube. Let me make sure I get her question, okay, when I am live here. But again, I'll be doing more lives within the actual membership program. So for sure, we're going to do one Zoom live. And then the other sessions, I'll just let you know, okay? So it won't be as many sessions as we have programmed with the mentorship program because they're just at a different level in the sense that they are actually learning the business too. So sometimes the questions and stuff will be a little bit different. So I really want to be able to help my new people, you know, and there are a lot of newbies over there too. So you can start in the mentorship program wherever you are. Okay, if you decide to do the $47 one, you can start wherever you are because people are at different levels. Somebody just signed before we went live today. Somebody else been over there for 4 months, you know, so it's ongoing. So it doesn't matter where you are and your progress, because some people will ask me, well, hey, how long do I have to be in mentorship? Well, mentorship is based on you. You come in, you watch all the courses, you good, okay. But most people, they actually start coming in and start making money. I had somebody that left a beautiful review today, and she says, I'm so glad I'm in mentorship because I'm actually doing my business. I'm actually making money and doing things that she would not have done before, right? So I'm so proud of our mentorship program. I really am. And I hope, and I already know because I know what I will bring to the table. The YouTube membership is not going to be just a whack membership where we're taking your money. You're going to actually learn the business, okay? You are. You put the work in, you watch the videos that I already have on the channel, and you watch the additional deep dive courses that, the sessions rather. And between that, you're going to be good. It'll get you a nice entry point. And if you ever want to come over to a full-blown mentorship, you just cancel here on YouTube. And you'll join us over there in regular mentorship, okay? And that's what we're hoping for. We want to give you, like, to whet your appetite let you see what the training is all about. And we got you, okay? So Jose, J. Rose. Let me say hey to a few people. Hold on one second. Hold on. Lisa said she was late. I told her we was just talking about her. Just ask Char, how you doing? She says, I got questions. Well, we got answers. Happy Friday to you too. J. Rose 8425 says, oh, look, I caught a live. Yes, welcome. You are so welcome. So mentorship is $47 for full-blown mentorship. And we're also rolling out here now the YouTube membership, okay? And here on the YouTube channel, you can go out there right now and look at the titles. I mean, you guys, while you're here, look at the titles in the members only section for me and how amazing those are. So those are not just YouTube videos that I filmed like that are here on the channel. Those are amazing, but you can only imagine what those deep dives are. So look at the titles right quick and let me know what you think about it. Put a 1 in the chat if you think those are the bomb.com. I only want to see ones now. Hey, Lori W. What's up? Lori's in mentorship. So check it out for me, okay? And what I'm thinking is I got to continue to develop it. And since I got a couple of members here, well, I want to put you on the spot. The ones that are here are super cool. So, it's not going to be mean, however they put it. Oh, yes, he just asked Charles looking at the titles. Those videos are amazing for members only. Y'all know how I do. It's going to be the best. That's why the price point is not $4.99, $1.99. I just want you to join and forget about it. No, it's actually information. It's $19.99, and I'm not going to reduce it. I'm not. It's only for if you're really ready to start building your business, that's the membership for you. Okay? It just is. I'm not going to waver. I'm not. I think that's an excellent price point for what you're going to receive, and you know how we do. So for my people that are part of mentorship, because this is what I was thinking. Especially until we grow a little bit here on the membership on YouTube. I'm thinking, and you guys that are not part of anything yet, let me know what you think, okay? If you join, and I always ask you all different questions because you're my client. Just like you may not call your clients and say, hey, what do you think about such and such? They will let you know when you go to tell them that price and they say, oh, no, ma'am, I'm good. They will let you know by their reaction. But you are live here so I can ask you questions, okay? And we just cool like that. So how do you guys feel if the YouTube membership people are, because I'm going to do one session per month with them. I'm going to, and I was going to invite the actual people in the mentorship, let them come to the YouTube membership one time per month. Let them come over there. That'd be an extra bonus session for them. But I've been thinking while we're growing the membership here on YouTube, how would you all feel if the membership people had one session with us per month over in full-blown mentorship? What are your thoughts about that? What are your thoughts? And you can put it nicely. Whatever, because there may be some valid reasons why you think I should not mix the two, But I was thinking a lot of times some of the people in mentorship are new anyway. So it's not going to be a full-blown teaching session. That's not what it is. It's just like it is right now. So if you think it'll be okay, put some kind of emoji, like a heart. If you could put a heart and be like, cool, they can join us once a month because the membership here on YouTube will be once a month. But mentorship is every week. So I would pick one of those sessions and allow you all here on YouTube to deep dive with us over in the full-blown mentorship. I really think that'd be a great idea. I really do. I think that's the way we're going to do it. I really do. So let's see. Just ask Char says I got questions. So that would be good. I was thinking the $47 since I will be new can peak in the YouTube mentorship a few times a month. Yes, so you don't have to do both. You don't have to do both. Okay? You don't have to do both. You can do either or. Either or. So there's no need for you to pay $47 a month and then you still have to pay for the YouTube because the $47 a month includes everything that you need. Everything. Oh, see, I knew my team would roll through. Lori is saying, I think that would be okay with a heart. Love it. Lisa says, I think it's a good idea, honestly. Okay. Thank you, Lisa. Notarized by a Jersey girl. Okay, as an introduction. She says yes too. If you're not following Notarized by a Jersey girl, check her out. She is in mentorship and she's doing amazing. Started a YouTube channel and it's really good. It's really good. Yeah, so we're gonna shout you out. You didn't put your name, so I don't know if I should say your name, but Notarized by a Jersey girl, follow her. And especially if you're in Jersey, you know, again, what we do is nationwide, but sometimes you do want to just kind of see what people are doing in your state. So in our program, we have Lori is in Illinois, we got Georgia, we got Jersey, California, Nevada, Arkansas. Yeah. Somebody from Arkansas, Michigan, you name it. We all come together, Florida, Texas, a lot of Texas people. And why? Because as I started before, if you're a doctor, you're not trained to work on different, Ohio, we sure do. Yep, Ohio. So you're not trained to just work on a black heart or a white person, right? You're trained to work on the heart, which is red. It don't matter what color. And at the end of the day, the doctor only want to get what? Green. So he don't care what color the person is. He needs to know that heart. Same thing with your documents. It doesn't matter what state you're in, where your documents come from, because if you know how to notarize a piece of toilet paper, you can. Lisa, notarized by Jersey girl, and Lori W. Can you notarize a piece of toilet paper right now? Can you notarize a piece? Put a double heart, 2 hearts if you can notarize a piece of toilet paper. Lori's like, yes, she can. Yes, she can. Now I'm gonna throw you under the on Lori like double heart. Yeah, yes, they can notarize a piece of toilet paper and they know how to do it. Okay, so I'm not just making that up when I say that. I actually have a video here on the channel. Lisa says she can too. I have a video here on the channel where I talk about that, how to notarize a piece of toilet paper. So I think that's what we'll do based on the feedback of the people that are here. And again, it was something I was already thinking. So we're gonna make it official. We're going to make it official so we have some clarity. So the way the YouTube membership will work is once per month, you can join us over in a real session, like a deep dive into, that's exactly what we'll do. That's exactly what we'll do. So now, what questions do you all have for me? And thank you all. I really appreciate it. Lori, notarized by a Jersey girl, and Lisa. And they're all doing amazing in their businesses. You know, everybody's doing something different. Somebody doing more field inspection than others, more loan modifications than others, but it all adds up. Some people work full-time, some people work part-time. It's just been going really good. I'm so proud of our mentorship. I was going to say this earlier because y'all know I've been on YouTube for years. And people would say, hey, I want you to be my mentor. Can you be my mentor? And really what that meant was, I need to be able to call you and find out if I can take an expired ID. I need you to tell me what color my logo should be. I need you to tell me, that's what they meant when they said mentor. And I was like, I don't have time for that. I'm running my own business. No, I do not have time for that. So I wouldn't do mentorship. It took we started mentorship last July. And it's been going amazing. Actually, it's evolved. So it started into one thing. Now we have another mentorship. We got rid of the first one. We've evolved as a company, Notary Educators, and we're constantly changing. And a lot of it is based on what you're asking us. So, for example, in one of our sessions, let me get this, and I'm going to tell you about this other thing. Hold on. Lori says, I think it gives the YouTube group a chance. I think it gives the YouTube group a chance to see how we interact with each other, how we work through things. Yes. I love it, Lori. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And Lisa's agreeing. Yeah. Thank you both. Yeah, I agree too. I think it'll be a nice, like I said, a sneak peek into the actual mentorship program. And they're still going to be learning. You're not going to learn any of the things that you're learning for $20. You're not. Anywhere else. Somebody just wrote in one of my videos today, they've been a notary for 6 years, but they didn't realize they need education. I'm using the word training loosely. You need to be educated. And that's why we're notary educators. Now I'm wearing my actual business shirt today because I just finished working. But I do have Notary Educators gear. But today I actually went out and I was working like crazy. So I got on my actual uniform. So what I was going to say, let me show you really quick, is during one of our sessions, I rolled out and announced the journals that we have, right? And I'm going to show you here really quick for those of you who may be new. So this is one of my journals. Isn't that cute? That's one. That's the second one. There are a total of 13 now. 13. There's horses. There's cats and dogs. Pink, orange, all colors. Purple. Okay. People love this purple. And this one is so funny. Y'all know I'm not a big animal lover, but this is my favorite. And they all come in paperback. Okay. These are paperback. They're really nice. And read the description over at Notary Educators. It covers everything you need, every type of assignment. And the hardback, this is hardback. But the hardback came about because someone in our session, he was like, hey, can I get a journal? But he said, I want a journal, but can I get it in hardback? I thought about it right that second. I said, I said, it doesn't come in hardback. But I thought about it that night and I was like, well, why can't it? Why can't it come in hardback? So I did my research on it, and guess what? A few days later, it's available in hardback. So I also learn from you all, I learn from you all. So when I say each one teach one more example is we had another student, and he was telling us about the Google review card. If you've not seen the free notary supply list that I have for you, I got a whole lot of free resources, so please check those out. Free. Completely free under at notaryeducatorsllc.com under the free resource tab. So check it out. Several downloadables. So so he was on there and he was like, hey, and I saw that card before. I had saw it before, but I was like, I'll just send a link. I don't need that card. And I just didn't do it. So anyway, when he was telling us about it, your girl ordered 2 that night, one for me, one for Jeff. And I got a pretty Google card. It's on the supply list, so check it out. And what happens with the Google review card is literally you link it up to your Google page, and you just let your client scan it like a QR reader and take them straight to the link. And I'll be like, just leave me 5 stars. Most of the people say, no, I want to write something. I'm like, you don't have to write nothing. Just leave me 5 stars. Because I have so many reviews at this point that if they just leave me 5 stars, it helps my algorithm, right? But if you're just starting out and they want to write something, let them go ahead and write it. And most of my clients, even when I tell them, I'm like, no, you don't have to write anything. They're like, no, I'm going to. So I appreciate it. I really do appreciate my clients. And they appreciate great service. They do. I'm going to tell you a story in a minute. You know, I always got a story. Hold on. Denise says, notarized by a Jersey girl. She said, my name is Denise. Hey, Denise. You will not be disappointed. I learned so much by listening to others and asking questions. You get answers, guidance on the spot. Thank you so much. And these are unsolicited endorsements. I thank you, Denise, for real. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So let me tell y'all. So I went to McDonald's this morning. We had a long day. It started early, so I ain't had time to eat at home. Technically, I could have, but on days like that, you just want to kind of treat yourself, And that's what we did. So we had McDonald's. I didn't get the coffee because I had coffee the other day and it just tore up my digestive tract. Too much information, but today we're sharing, right? Anyway, so where I was going with this McDonald's story is whenever I go to McDonald's, and I like their breakfast sandwich, honestly, health-wise, the Egg McMuffin is a better choice, okay? I love me some Chick-fil-A, that spicy chicken biscuit with a slice of American cheese and honey, okay? When I do it, I go all out. That's my preferred sandwich, but that ain't the healthier one. So your girl always on the health kick. So I choose the McDonald's. I chose the McDonald's the last couple times I ate out. But the service is just so different. It's just so different than Chick-fil-A. You hear me talk about that. I did a whole business thing on my other channel, Business Life with Kimmi. Not too active over there. Not at all, actually. Right now, I actually have 2 other channels, but I'm not doing anything over there. People miss me on those other 2, but I just really am focused on my mentorships right now. And I just cannot. Not to mention I ain't doing that great on my diet. Okay. But I'm back on track, actually. I've lost about another 4 pounds. So anyway, the service, though, you go in there, it's slow. It is slow. And the people were nice today. Sometimes you go in there, they're mean. The lady did eventually, she was like, so what did you guys order? After we had been standing there for a while, very patiently, because we were early for an appointment. So if I had been running late, it would have been different. I still would have been mean, but it probably would have been a little more agitated, and other people were coming in for mobile orders and all this and all that. And they had a lot of bodies there. It just was a lack of organization. I don't know who or whom was the problem. But anyway, so I always compare my experience to Chick-fil-A though. When I go to Chick-fil-A, I don't have to wait. They have 10 people are in the back already. They're a well-oiled machine. The chicken biscuit sandwiches are there. Only reason I'm waiting is because I want to add a slice of cheese. I want to add a slice of cheese to it. But they have sandwiches like at this McDonald's. They have no hash browns ready. 0 hash browns. They have no hash browns ready. Like they wasn't even expecting nobody to ever walk through the door at breakfast time. Okay. So that was just poor management. It's just poor management. Now, do you run your notary business like that? The reason I bring it up, period, is because we also go into business skills. So the whole month of June, we're going to be focusing on how to grow your business and actually some business training, how to talk to people, okay, how to answer the phone, how to go into the business, do some mock, I know I love me some mock role playing. And we did it already before, but we're going to do it again. How to actually go into these businesses and market, what to say in an email, how to do a counter offer. We're going to do some deep diving because these are not things that you're taught in school. Even if you went to business school, it's not going to teach you how to navigate the notary space, okay? It's 2 different spaces. So I'm your educator when it comes to notary, okay? And sometimes, again, in our group, people know more than I do. They're using different software than I'm using. So we all each one teach one, like literally, okay? The price point, I think, for the membership and the mentorship, both of them are very reasonably priced. And I'm going to update the website tonight when I get off of this live for the actual YouTube so people can know that they have access to one of the meetings. Okay, I don't know which one, no rhyme, no reason. I'll be looking at it and just see which one we want to invite everybody to. Some things, it might be some days where it needs to be more private. We'll see. And my only other concern with that is right now the replays that I have in the YouTube membership are not from our current member thingy. And that's only because I have been trying to just for consistency. So I got to think about that part. Because then I have to put the replay over here on YouTube. I got to think about that. I didn't think about that part. But I'll be able to work it out. It'll be fine. We'll work it out. We'll work through it. Okay? So what other questions do you all have for me tonight? Anything else? Oh, let's see. They said, say it, Denise. Hey, Coriel. Is it Coriel? How you doing? Thank you, Lori W. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you have not. And cut your alerts on. Turn them on. Turn on your alerts. Not cut them on. Turn on your alerts so you don't miss anything when we go live or anything. And again, the member, look at the titles for the members only section. They're amazing. They really are. They really are. So you're going to get your Canva training. You're going to get your apostille, some of the training there. You're going to get your remote online notary. You're going to get everything. Okay. Deep dive, deep dive. So again, that's just to kind of wet your whistle until you come over to full-blown mentorship, okay? And maybe after you start making a little bit of money and you're like, oh, this is really going to help my business, come on over to full-blown mentorship. So you have options. You have options. And that is the point. We always want to provide you with some options, okay? And again, just look at the titles in the members only section. Yeah. Watch it for a month. Just like Netflix. That's what I'm going to compare it to. Just like Netflix. Okay, anything else? Anything else? Ladies, what do you have going on in your businesses? Lori, Lisa, anything specific? Anything going on? We had a couple people over in chat today that had their first or had some assignments that they were pretty proud of, and we were proud for them, and we're excited for them. I found out, though, even last week in our mentor session, that a lot of people are walking in silence. I say walking in silence. They're doing the work on the back end, but they just don't share in chat. You know, everybody's not a chatty catty like me. And that's all good. My nose is itchy. Yeah. So it's all good. But I realized that the other day. I said, girl, I said, why you didn't tell us you're doing that? So we had somebody that's been doing field inspections. And there's a field inspection course. And they've been doing a lot of field inspections. And I was like, why you ain't say nothing? So they didn't even tell us that they were doing field inspections. See, I'm thinking they're not working. And then they're like, no, I've been doing field inspections. I'm like, okay, well, congratulations. They mentioned it in session the other night. And then another time I had someone, they had been doing signings. Actually doing signings. And I'm like, you doing signings? I was just surprised because I hadn't heard nothing from this person. But she's learning the business on the back end, implementing, and that particular day she wrote us a 5-star review, and I was like, get it. And I said, who is such and such? And she's put it in the chat. And I said, you haven't been telling us what you've been doing. She said, no. All right, what else going on? Lori says she's been reaching out to prospective clients via email, but I need to start walking in the offices. Yeah. And I know it's hard, Lori. I know that. But you give them that big smile of yours and you'll be fine. And you know what? Once you do it once or twice and you see some results, and you may not get a yes the first time, don't let that stop you. You may not. The first time you go out and say, hey, I'm Lori. I'm a mobile notary. They're going to be like, oh, what? Or they might say, I already got one. Watch the marketing course too again, Lori. Now that you're actually ready to start marketing, there's a full-blown marketing course involved too. And Lori says, I intend to start doing that more in June. I need to get more FaceTime. Yeah, watch the marketing course. Yeah. She says she's going to do that. Yeah, because sometimes and that marketing course came out, maybe 4 months ago, I guess? Maybe 4 months ago. And what I'm finding is a lot of times people will join a mentorship and they watch all the videos, right? But then you have to go back and rewatch them when you're at a point and you're ready to implement, okay? So it's one thing to kind of read about something, but when you actually start doing it, then it's like, oh, wait a minute, let me go back and rewatch it so I can actually know now. Now that's clicking for me. Now that's making sense. So again, I believe in education. So a lot of times it's not going to be a yes, no answer with us. It's just not. We're going to teach you. If you're asking a question, that means you need more information. Now, if you're asking a question, it feels like, you know what, that's covered in the training, and I know if you've watched the training or not, and I'll push back. Hey, did you watch the training? Now, I've had 1 or 2 people kind of not like that method, but out of how many people have been through the program, I don't let it worry me because I know the majority appreciate it, and they will learn from that. And that's what a true educator does. They educate you. Look up the word education. Educator. They teach you, right? And I always say the example about giving a person a fish versus teaching them how to fish, okay? I can give you a fish, and you'll be back tomorrow with the same thing. Can I get a fish? Can you give me another fish? Or I can teach you how to fish. And then now you're going to go catch a fish, and you're going to invite me over for dinner, and invite your friends over for dinner, right? Right? That's how that goes. So same thing in the notary space. You can ask me a question. I can give you the answer. But if you got to come back tomorrow and ask me the same thing plus 10 more questions, I've not done my job. I've not done my job. So if you come back and you ask me a one-off or a couple questions, I'm like, okay, let's smooth this out. Let's help you get where you need to go, right? But if you have to ask me 10 questions and I know that you haven't watched the video, then I'm doing you a disservice. You're not benefiting from the program the way it was intended to be. You're just not. Okay? So that's how we do it. So you watch the videos, okay? Then as you're learning, you can write down a few questions. If it's not clear, we can talk about it in live sessions every week. You can drop it in the chat. You can answer immediately, just about immediately. We have a 10-minute window that we've allowed for our private chat, but we're always Johnny on the spot. Lisa, Jeffrey, myself, and Alexis. We don't play. Okay? You see how I don't play about my business here? So you know I ain't playing if you're paying us. You're really my client. So you're my client here on YouTube. But of course, you in my membership program, you don't think you're going to get the best? Of course you are. All right, guys, we're going to start wrapping up. Any more questions? I see we have some new people here. I want to thank everyone who's been hanging out with us. I really appreciate it. And especially to those that are part of the membership program. And I'm so proud of each of you. I really am. All right, so you got a couple options. You can start joining the YouTube membership now. Okay, you can start now. And by the time we have our first session next month, June's schedule is not out yet. So you won't get to pick. Let me put this disclaimer out there too. So we have 4 to 5 sessions per month. So I think next month is like a four-week session. So you won't get to say, oh, Kimmi, I can't make it to this one. Can I come to the next one? No, you'll have one option, whichever one I let you come to, based on the topics, you know. Now, if I find in the YouTube membership there are certain things that you all want to discuss and we've not talked about it already, then there may be some room for us to talk about it over on the main mentorship program. So, you know, so we'll work through it. You know how I do. We're going to all come away happy. We are. One form or another, okay? So what else do we have? If nothing else, we're going to wrap it up. No more questions. Going once. Going twice. I see we got some new people that joined us. What's up? What's up? Nothing? Okay. So I went over all the different training options. Notarized by a Jersey girl says, it's my pleasure. I learned this phrase from Kimmi and I use it with my clients. Oh, yes. And I love me some Chick-fil-A. So I'm a Chick-fil-A person. And I love when they say that. I love how it makes me feel. So I say that with all of my clients. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. And sometimes I'll say it and the client will jokingly say, oh, you go to Chick-fil-A a lot, don't you? But and it's the thing about that, Denise, and I know you already. Denise is, when she says that, it's not just a phrase, because people can tell. They can tell, they can feel it. So when she says it, like myself, I'm not just saying it because for effect. I'm saying it because it really was my pleasure to help you. It really was my pleasure. Denise, how do your clients feel when you say that? If you don't mind sharing, like, what's the overall response or feeling that you get from your clients when you tell them it's my pleasure? Because again, they can feel it, so don't be fake. Don't start telling all your clients it's my pleasure and it's not your pleasure, because they will know it. Okay, it needs to come from your heart. It needs to come from your heart. And again, they will feel the customer service all the way through. If you'd had an ugly attitude with them the whole time and at the end you'd be like, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. And you got a few people at Chick-fil-A. They say it, but it's like, it wasn't their pleasure. It wasn't their pleasure. They're just like, yeah, right. I got to say this. So don't just say it because you got to say it. Say it and mean it. Mean it. Say it and do it. Okay? I deliver for every client. I'm not bragging at this point because I've worked very hard. I've been doing my business for over 5 years. Oh, I have almost 500 reviews, all 5-star. So I don't take that lightly. I love working with the public. I've always been a customer service person. It shows. Even here on YouTube in the mentorship program, I love what I do. I'm passionate about it. So I always joke and say, you might see a different Kimmi over at mentorship or membership that you see here on YouTube, but it's only because I want you to win. So I'm not being sarcastic, I'm not being funny. And I've had to even ask Jeffrey, I'm like, hey, what you think about this comment that I wrote back to somebody? And he'll always say, well, if you gotta ask, go change it. Don't type it, don't say it, don't do it. All right, let's see. Honey Babe says, hey Kimmi, been watching my videos. Yes, how's that going? How's it going? And Notarized by a Jersey girl says, yes. And then Denise also says, they are surprised and smile back at me. Yes, it gives them a ooey gooey feeling. And like I said, I already know you and your big smile and personality, and that's why I said your YouTube channel is going to do great. Yeah. Yes, they can feel it. They know that you really mean it's my pleasure. So, and what we'll go in this really quick. We did a whole deep dive on customer service. It is one of the videos in the mentorship program, because you're not taught this no more. People are not taught customer service skills anymore. Just good old fashioned. Good morning. How are you? Good afternoon. People do not speak. They nod. You can't see me if you're on the podcast, but they nod. What up? They don't even say what up. I catch myself doing that. I'm like, whoa, 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 what's wrong with your vocal cords? They work. You don't have to nod your head, but that's what people do nowadays. They don't even speak, just not. That's the way we communicate. And we have vocal cords, we have tongues, we have teeth. The blessing of being able to speak and we nod. Again, that's just what the world has come to. So we teach you, even in all of my examples, you always hear me say, thank you for calling. I thank you for the business before we even get started. We had a situation over in chat the other day, our private chat, where someone mentioned, hey, I'm trying to get this job. They was telling us the price, they quoted a person or whatever, and they were unsure if the pricing was too high, right? So I eventually told the person, I said, hey, after we finished talking about the pricing or whatever, I said, did you reach out to the person and let them know, hey, you're available, basically that you want the business? I even wrote a little sample tip in there as to what to say in the group chat, right? And she was like, no, I did not. So I could feel her defeatedness, like, he not gonna call me right now. He not gonna, because the client said I'll call you back. And whenever somebody say I'll call you back, 50, they gonna call you back. You really want to book the job right then, okay? So I asked her, did she send like a little response back after she did her pricing thing with him? And she was like, no. And I said, why don't you send back this response? About 30 minutes later, she was so happy. She put it in the chat. I could feel it. I booked it for 5:30. I was like, you get it, girl. So I was so excited for her, So it's those little things that me as an educator or my team and what we can bring to the table, little things like that is the difference between you getting a job and you not getting a job, okay? Somebody else was in there last night talking about counter offering, okay? This chat is live. This chat is filled with gems, okay? Just a chat by itself is worth $47 a month. I'm not even kidding, but somebody else was in the chat because it helps you get more money. Right? You pay us $47, but you made $200. Come on, do the math. Let's do the math. The math is mathing. So anyway, somebody put in the chat yesterday about counter offering, and somebody else said I always counter, and I was like, yes, and I teach you that, But why can she counter? The person that is always countering, and I can say it was Lisa because she's right here, and she doesn't mind. Lisa always counters. Why? Because Lisa knows her stuff. Lori knows her stuff. Okay, Denise knows her stuff. So they're able to ask for more money. They've been taught that, they live it, and they know what they're doing. So heck yeah, I feel very confident in asking. And quite frankly, a lot of people say, well, it's kind of cheap. Some people, they don't feel like they're going to get the value. I could make it $99 a month. Of course I could. But for the very few people that can actually say, you know what, I got $100 a month. But the people that really need to grow their businesses typically aren't at a stage where they can afford $99 a month. It's really worth $200 a month if you ask me. $300, $400. Most people apostille course by itself cost $500. And I'm not even exaggerating. My apostille course is like $77 with a coupon. Okay? And you're going to learn the same exact thing, how to get it done. Matter of fact, it's going to be even better because it's really succinct. It ain't a whole lot of fluff. So I have to add a lot of fluff so I can get the price up, right? So some people put $500 on it, but they got 200 modules just to make you think you're getting something. So I don't play games. I don't play games here on YouTube. I don't play games in None Better Notary, and I don't play games in Notary Educators. It is what it is. It's going to be the simplest way you can get it. And again, I don't play games. I don't have time for games, okay? You're going to get the information that you need, the knowledge that you need to grow your business. If you're looking for simple, let's get it done. Boom, boom, boom. With quality always, we got you. If you like complications, though, and you want 500 modules and testing out and, this is not the education for you. It's not. Notary Educators is not for you if you like complications. If you like, again, 500 modules with 50 different tests, and then you can go to the next level. And then if you communicate here, I'm going to give you a star. If you do this, I'm going to give you a pearl, a diamond. No, we ain't got time for that. We about making money, okay? Now, I'm not getting ready to put my people on blast about how much they make. I don't talk about how much I make because I don't feel that's important. Results is what matters. If you're worried about what I drive, then you got a problem already. If I'm worried about what you're driving, that's the problem right there. I need to be worried about how to stamp that paper. And then I can go buy whatever kind of car I want to buy if I know what to do, right? If you only want to see me driving a Benzo, which I don't drive, I have a Honda, and you all have seen it with a flip top in the back where I can notarize my documents. Okay, I drive a Honda. But if you're only worried about seeing me flex over in Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic, and if that's all you worried about, this is not the channel for you, because we don't do that. We don't. We're about the business. We're about the business of stamping papers. We're about the business of making money. We're about the business of doing quality work. Okay? So again, I don't do bells and whistles. I just don't. I could do it. I know how to do it. But I'm about winning, and that's just not what we're going to do. We're never going in that direction. And that's called lifestyle content. Lifestyle. People want to see you flex. They want to see your purse. You know, they want to know what kind of, you have on red bottom heels, you know. Nope. 99-cent flour from the Chinese store. From the Chinese beauty supply. That's it. 99 cents. Earrings probably from the same place. You know, I love the beauty supply stores. Okay, lipstick right there, $1. We ain't doing all that. Keep it simple. I don't know if you guys are familiar. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna get ready to go. Let me get these last couple questions here. Hold on. Honey Babe says, between work, little slow, but I put the lives in my calendar so I can make them. And I do customer service all day. Yes, very good, Honey Babe, very good. And Martha says, hey everyone. Lori says, preach. Yeah. Oh Lord, I want to tell y'all one more thing. Hey, welcome everybody. We actually are heading out, but it was one more tip I wanted to share. I know I was talking about if you're looking for, I should have told y'all a few words of it, and then I could have. I was talking about, thanks Lori. Lori says, like and subscribe. Judith, hey Judith, I'm in Georgia. I'm new here. How do I start? Hey Judith, I'm going to tell you to check out the book I wrote for the state of Georgia. And it's going to help you for real. Everything you need to know. Watch some YouTubes here, some of the channel, and then get this book, Start Your Notary Business in Georgia. It's an orange book, kind of peachy color for our state. It's going to give you everything literally you need to start your business. Okay, I can't remember my last point for the life of me. I know we were talking about bells and whistles. I know that selling you a lot of hype, but I just can't remember what it was. I should have said something. Hey, Tisha Rose. Oh, you're so welcome, Judith. And hopefully go back and watch this video here, and it's going to really help you with your training options with us. We'd love to be a part of your notary space there. Okay, Tisha Rose, what's up? Hi. So guys, I'm going to get out of here, but again, I always want to wish you all much success in your business. I look forward to working with you all. Our next live session is going to be Sunday. Be there, be square. And then the membership is open now here on YouTube. It's in full effect. Our first session will be in June. I'm going to hopefully target it for like June 1st. The first Sunday in June. So I will come back here and let you know that though, okay? I will come back and let you know so you can make sure you sign up in time, either for the one on YouTube or for the full-blown mentorship, okay? I'll be back and let you know that for sure. And you'll see posts about it and everything. So it will not just be a shot in the dark. I want to make sure everybody's on the same page. Tisha Rose, I'm going to get these last couple comments. I'm starting over and we'll go back go back to the training I purchased from you. Yes. And if you own the courses, you can always go back and rewatch. That's an excellent idea. Welcome back to the industry too. You're welcome, Martha. Yeah, we get ready to get out of here. Arizona is now requiring an exam. I'm preparing for that. Oh, cool. Yep. And a lot more states are going to be requiring exams. They're just trying to crack down on the industry. I think it's a way to kind of stop people from becoming notaries now. You know, anytime something becomes too popular, it's just facts. They try to kind of shut it down, kind of slow it down. So once you know, you cannot unknow. So if you know how to get this money and start being a notary, I'm going to highly recommend that you do it. Okay. I know we were talking about content marketing too. Maybe that's what I was going to let me say this, and then we are going to go for real within the next 3 minutes. Content marketing, lifestyle marketing is where people are flashing. Like I was saying earlier, they're over in these different countries, they're traveling, they're vacations, but you don't really walk away with learning anything. You just don't. You're welcome, Tisha Rose. Yeah, you don't walk away with learning anything. You know that person went to Dominican Republic and they had an amazing time, probably on something that you bought from them, right? But you're not actually learning anything. So we're not doing lifestyle content marketing over here. We're not. You may start seeing, and you already have started seeing me doing some more lifestyle in the sense of what I'm doing as a notary. Little fun videos and music. People love those things. Those videos are doing so amazing. So I'm spending a little bit more time over on Instagram. And I don't go live over there because YouTube is my jam. This is where my people is. This is where my tribe is. And I love my Instagram people and my TikTok people, but it's just a different vibe. So they're loving my little short videos of what I do, how we do it, and the music. So I've been enjoying making them. I'm learning them. I've been trying to hire somebody to do it, but I can't find anybody. Everybody's like $35 per reel. And I'm like, I ain't paying that. I don't have it to pay somebody $35 to do a 15-second clip for me. That's ridiculous. And I hope my friends that I'm talking about are not watching, but maybe they are. But no offense to them. It's not. I've gotten several quotes. And if you want to do a reel, people are charging like $35 per reel. I'm like, that is insane. That is insane. So I'm learning how to do them myself. Tisha says she's loving the shorts. Thank you. Yes, I'm learning how to do them myself. And I'm having fun doing them. And I'm learning how to do Instagram. I'm learning what they like, and still trying to teach over there. So YouTube is more educational. This is not social media training, but I'm going to give you this and I'm out. On YouTube, it's more educational. And I could do a whole channel on this because I know social media now. But YouTube is more educational for people who want to sit, kind of really, really deep dive into a topic. Instagram kind of want a little sneak peek like, let me see what you're doing over there. And then they'll come over to YouTube. And then TikTok is even a shorter attention span. It's like, let me just glance at it. Next. So you got to give the people what they want. So they want to see a little something, something. So I got a little something, something for them. All right, guys, that's it for real. I'm 5 minutes over. Okay, I'm going to say good night. I will see you in mentorship or membership. And peace out. Bye. Booyah.
Thanks for tuning in to the Notary Educators with Kimmi podcast. We hope you found today's episode helpful and inspiring as you build your notary business. Don't forget to explore our all-inclusive $47 monthly training notary library for more resources to expand your skills and services. Stay connected with us on YouTube at Notary Educators with Kimmi for even more tips, tricks, and industry insights. Be sure to subscribe and share this podcast with others who want to succeed in the notary field. Until next time, keep growing and learning, and take your notary business to the next level. See you soon! Don't forget, for all things notary related, visit notaryeducatorsllc.com.